Hi guys, I'm Dave Griffiths from Heavy Magazine in Australia, and my question I wanted to talk a little bit about the character motivations because one of the themes we discussed just before with Bryce was sacrifice. Every character seems to have a sacrifice in this film. A wife sacrificing her career for her husband, children sacrificing their friendships and school for their father as well. I was wondering what character motivations you both saw for your characters in Night Swim.
Um, that's a good one. Sacrifice was a big one. I mean, but character motivation for an athlete most of the time is, I mean, you've sacrificed your entire childhood for the most part to become an athlete, and that's some people just, they don't understand because it's hard to understand if you didn't do it, and so there is an element of narcissism that like gets built along with that because when you are that good and you do end up being a professional player, that's how you feed your family. That's how like everything goes down. And so Ray, that's his entire self worth is wrapped up in that, and so he really, really is trying to get back to that version of himself, which I thought was an interesting motivation for a character.
What motivated my character, I suppose, was her children, taking care of her children, and then also, that's a tricky one. Like, part of me is like, what does that even mean? What motivates my character to do what? To stay, like, you know what I'm
So
saying?
like, yeah, I know. To be in the
I don't really understand how to answer it, really, like, to be honest. Can you ask it in a different way or something? I don't really know
Yeah,
what you're
so
asking.
what do you feel is the major theme for your character? Like what would you like people to take away from the film from your character? Like I said,
Okay.
yeah, for me it was sacrifice. But yeah, what do you want people to take away from the film revolving around your character?
That somebody who doesn't have a career and who just takes care of children and just stays at home minding a family is a heroic person, is a brave person, is capable of a lot more, and is could be braver when push comes to shove, then a lot braver and courageous than you think, than you imagine. That not everybody has to be, an overachiever to be an amazing person. I liked the idea that she was just this every woman who ends up being sort of heroic ultimately.
I just wanted to ask about Ray's MS. Wyatt, how much research did you do into people suffering from MS? And Kerry, for you, what kind of research did you do looking into partners of people living with a condition like MS? Because it's a life changer for the partner as well.
um, yeah, we Bryce had a couple contacts who have MS that we talked with a lot about the it's there's a very wide array of symptoms and how symptomatic somebody is depending on how deep into the disease their journey has gone. So because there was such a wide array, we wanted to stay away from going too far. It needed to be something that wasn't like, he couldn't walk. That was too far, and we didn't want to hammer it over the head too much, because it wasn't about Ray's MS. It was a backdrop. It was something that he had that they were just dealing with, and so we tried to feather it to be very apparent and a problem and an issue they're facing, but not something that is like full blown, needing assistance for everything, and they didn't want to go too far.
And I didn't really do a lot of research in it because I wanted to have it at the beginning of the movie that they've just it's new to her. And her reaction to this is, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We'll be fine. We've gotten through so many things before we've moved. It's all going to be fine. So it was sort of a little bit of denial, but also very practical. No, because we'll just like fix the house up and everything is going to be great. We have this, so I tried to go from that place where she's just trying to not entertain it too much because ultimately there was a part of me that felt No, you've stopped being the center of attention because you've stopped the athlete thing now. So we're in a different phase of our lives now. And then it's like, so we're not going to entertain you having MS and it's going to be all about you again. It's about our family now. And so I played with the just kind of, yeah, we're not going to think too much about this. You're going to be fine and we're going to be fine. We're going to move on from this and we're going to it's all going to change into a good way. And so I tried to like stay with that. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.